Still gonna stream after yesterday? Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I mean, I don't stream every day. I try and stream as much as I can. But I definitely don't get to stream every day. Like, I'm not gonna be streaming tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday. Never heard of Shiny Farm? Well, so I don't know, back when I played Pokemon as a kid, like, the only objective for me was to beat the game, right? I don't think I beat the Elite Four on a lot of them. I beat the Elite Four on a few. There were a few that I got through it. But, yeah, no, so Shiny farming wasn't a thing for it, it was just beating it. And I didn't have friends who were, like, hardcore dedicated into Pokemon. Only in the past however many months, pretty much when Quaylagging started speedrunning Pokemon games is when I even, like, started to learn a little bit more about that stuff. And then I started seeing things on Twitter and whatnot about shiny farming. So, yeah, I had no idea. I had no clue. But yeah, how are you doing, Obi-Wan? I don't know if I actually said hi when I read your message. Just been using Typhlosion, Pidgeot, and Heracross. The problem I always ran into, and I think why I struggled to beat the Elite Four, was that certain characters I would just use, you know, individual Pokemon a lot. Oh, okay, that's fancy. I would just use individual Pokemon a lot, but they weren't ones that could, like, carry you through everything. They could carry you through most things, so I would get screwed in certain parts of the Elite Four. I'm doing well, thank you for asking. Classified, welcome back. So many kilometers on Kalos Sty. Hatching eggs, what is that? I don't recognize the name. Some streams where the person has two games going side by side and they just keep restarting the game. Soft resetting to get shiny, whatever they want it. Well, when they do that, is that are they soft resetting, like, I guess they are just soft resetting later. They don't necessarily have to be soft resetting from the beginning of the game. Kalos Strait. Okay, where is, which game is that at? It's been a while since I played any Pokemon games, and I only played the ones on the Game Boy Color in Advance. I played a little bit of Black, but not enough to remember anything. X and Y, okay, that's why I don't recognize the name. I have a Nintendo DS, but I do not have a 3DS. I don't use it anymore, because it's not really much to play on it, and if I wanted to stream something from it, I'd have to go spend a crap ton of money and ship my DS. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. If I had, like, long car rides and stuff that I would be a part of, I don't. So I drive the long car rides if I have them. Pokemon 3D is shit anyways. Yeah, some of the stuff looks kind of janky. I like the old 2D. Soft is restart the game with DS on. Hard is restart the entire DS. Yeah. But oftentimes, soft reset is... isn't that an emulator thing? Because it's easy and you can just soft reset with, like, a single button. Because on the... anything prior to the DS... or anything prior to the 3DS, you have to hard restart. Built into the game. I guess just quitting without saving. Yeah, you're right. I wasn't thinking about that. Hey, Turco, what's up, dude? Maybe I should have waited to heal. It's not a big deal, though. It's only in battles, it lags the shit in multi-battles? Really? Like, you would think that when they stress test it, that it would work. It's a button combination that does it for you. I didn't realize that was a thing. Huh. Okay. The more you know. Yeah, I mean, like, when I played Pokemon, like, it was elementary school, pretty much. Maybe a little bit until, like, middle school or high school, like, I tried to play it again. But, for the most part, I was pretty young when I played. Fast rolling with all that vitality? No, we're mid rolling. We've got 61%. Got 61%. I don't even... Yeah, no, there's no way we could fast or get anywhere close. Shouldn't have gone for that. Yep. I have the same rings I always have. Ring of Favor +3, Steel Protection +3, Void Sword, and Sun Princess. Even with Havel's +3 and Prisoner's Chain, it's not going to swipe 30% off. I feel like with this weapon, if I got enough of the right hits, I could get enough head hits to stagger her. But I'm not standing in front. It's not worth it. Oh wow, that does a lot. Didn't need to roll that. That's fine. Ultra Moon copy order delivered tomorrow? So there's a Sun and Moon, and then there's an Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. What's the difference between the two? If there really is much difference. Wait, gravity killed your phone, you drop it and it just shattered, or what? It's not good. It's not good. I just put an OtterBox on my phone. It's the solution to those problems. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it's left, right, select, and start. Huh. Well, that's I mean it's definitely a good thing to know if I ever need to. OtterBox did not save it. How did you drop it then? That's pretty impressive. Like, you have to fuck up pretty hard to break or to get past an OtterBox. Like, obviously they're not perfect, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I think I've only had one phone break. Kind of. It wasn't broken, but the screen cracked. Way back in high school, I had an old, like, slide phone, touchscreen with the slide-out keyboard. And, I think I was working on homework. There was something weird that my mom took my phone, and then she put it in her pocket, but her pocket was small. And I think it, like, put enough pressure that it cracked the screen, so I had a crack on a diagonal down the middle of it. But for my... I had an iPhone 5S that I got freshman year of college, and I just got rid of it last December. And that still works. It's in the OtterBox. I just wanted an upgrade at that point. I have an iPhone 8 now. Works well. The OtterBox has not failed me yet. Drop meaning it hit a wall and shattered the phone. Did you throw your phone at the wall out of anger, Fang? Everything okay? Other than it usually being different Pokemon you can catch, and new region legendary. So the Ultra version gives an extra legendary, and changes some of the Pokemon you can get from it. Interesting. Rather than talk about how it happened, alright, fair enough. Fair enough, I'll stop asking. Your glass screen protector popped off on impact and the phone then landed on the screen protector, breaking it. Oh my god. Oh man. Couple story arc editions? What kind of story arc editions could you make? Because I know the difference normally between, say, like, just regular Sun and Moon would be the Pokemon. Right? As far as I'm aware. be the Pokemon that you can or can't get in certain areas. The sound before you enter Osiris' room? So Osiris in the uncut version of the game, see his left arm, how it's kind of looks like it's holding something? So he's holding a baby. In the uncut version, it's there and he like smashes it. Because it was too gruesome and stuff, they removed it. So it's an invisible baby. So that's what you hear crying. What does the weapon art do to him? So it's perseverance, like with Wrath of the Gods, basically. Welcome back, Subaru. How are you doing? Dude, like, that's the stupidest combo. Because you normally roll the first one and then wait to roll again, and if he charges, you would have had to preemptively roll that. But if you roll too slow, or if you roll right away, you don't necessarily have the time to roll again. Waiting on the hounds to finish eating? My dogs, they're hungry. Osiris, Osiris, in the wall. Who's the greatest dragon of them all? Okay, that's not an overhead attack. It's the spin, so I can't really do that. I don't think we're gonna get the, Hey, look, it's poise. Working as intended in old games. The new one on the old one? Yeah. The shield buff as well? I'm actually not so sure what the shield does. So it does moan. Whatever that means. Well, let me get my souls here real quick and we'll test it out. Deuce, welcome back. What does that skull icon mean? Wait, what is that? What does that skull icon mean? Just read it? Just read what? Offer gentle prayer to the shield, causing the woman's face to give out a loud moan, a low moan, and attract enemies. Oh, well, I don't want to attract enemies. It's kind of what I was thinking, but I don't want to become an alluring skull. Wait, what the heck? Why did it... You know what it is? It's probably something weird with the, I can see the links. Yeah, I think that's what it is too. I can see the links here though. Okay, so that's Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, the covers. So what is it? Just change? Okay, so it's just like change the design from Moon. Interesting. It seems more block-like. It seems more block-like. Like the art design, more polygon. It's like the what is it? Oh, what's the Pokemon from the first gen? The polygon base one. Like he much rarer Pokemon. Porygon, that's what it is. Thank you. Damn, it's been too long since I played. It's been too long since I've played. Polychew? What's up, Cash? That's yeah, the Polygon Pikachu. Easy. Yeah, I'm kind of curious actually how close I ever got to a full Pokédex on any of the games. I don't think I ever got very far. Because I didn't really try for it, per se. Like, I would try and get new Pokemon if I got them, but I wasn't actively hunting all the time for different ones. I probably only ever got up to like 70, give or take. Different versions of legendaries, a couple new areas, a couple new Pokemon, different forms, a couple mechanic differences, story differences. Warden Twin Blades? Yes, you can get the Warden Twin Blades. You can get them here, and you can also get them on the way to the cathedral, because there are a few Grave Wardens there. Don't Pokemon as hard as you Pokemon? Are you the very best? Like no one ever was? I don't like you. I should not have gone for that. Just stamina wise. No go. I have to like stay at an angle so I can see. What? Come on, man. Is my depth perception that off? You don't know anything about him. Well, that's not good. Start playing one of the old ones. Go back and play like Pokemon Blue or something. I don't know. Actually, so if you were to play your first ever Pokemon game, people who are experienced with Pokemon, what would be the recommended one to start with? Like, would it make sense to start with an old gen, or would it make more sense to start with one of the newer ones? Or even something like Emerald? Red or blue? Okay, see that? Okay, so that was kind of my thought, was to go back to first gen. Not yellow. I love yellow, don't get me wrong, but that one kind of gives some fake idea of how the series works with all the starters. Solid, welcome back. Chasing Kairos, how are you doing? Then you play Crystal, and Crystal will be your favorite game ever? I don't know, I remember liking Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald. Crystal was definitely good. I don't think I got into it as much as the others. Ooh, that could have been bad. But then again, it's been years. It's been years. I don't know, I think Sapphire was cool. I think I got Kyogre. I don't remember if I got the guy from Ruby or not. Fairly certain I got Rayquaza. I'd have to like go back and load my games and just go through my boxes and see. Oh, I thought I was gonna have him. Crystal's good because of the 3 legendary dogs. Ho, Lugia, and after that you go back and play the map from Red on the same Crystal game and get the 3 birds and Mewtwo. That is true. That is true. It had 2 maps. Do other ones in the series do anything similar with having multiple maps? Or no? Original Sun and Moon, it took you a little while tutorial to get you started. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, you get it after a few minutes. New group of adversaries and enemies. Okay. Go by release time, red, blue, green. Gold, silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire, emerald. Well, that's what I would think too, but I didn't know if some of, if any new ones were more beginner friendly. Only crystal lets you do the 2 maps? Okay. Heart Gold is the best, you get all that. Plus legendaries from Ruby and Sapphire. That's kind of weird. kind of weird getting the Ruby and Sapphire ones. I feel like they would just be out of place in that game. At least personally, I think they would be. But yeah, I thought the legendary dogs from the second gen were really cool. Well, no, I don't know how to access them because I haven't played Heart Gold, only regular Gold. I'd be curious to see where my character is on Gold. I'm almost thinking it's outside of Ho-Oh, but I don't know what the last thing I did on that game was. Not really out of place. I'm just thinking, just in general, but I'm sure they have. I mean, there's a ton of space for them to put them, you know. I don't know. I was just thinking that future gen doesn't quite fit backwards, but maybe it does. Maybe it does. Release a game with all the maps connected at once. Okay, so you know how Smash is Smash is gonna have all of the characters from all the previous games. I put out a tweet, I think, like pretty shortly after that, saying maybe this is just me being hopeful, but yeah, maybe there's a chance that the next Pokemon game for the Switch has all of the maps in Pokemon. I don't think it's gonna happen, but would be pretty sweet. Would be pretty sweet. Sounds like I'm talking out of my ass on this. I am. I haven't played. In fact, I haven't played a Pokemon game since high school, but I haven't properly played like consistently since like elementary school. So yeah, pretty much talking out of my ass on this one. Pretty much. Viking Baruda! Thank you for the host, dude. How was the rest of your stream? Singa, welcome back. How are you doing? What is going on, everybody from Viking Stream? Welcome.
Oh, bye-bye.
Should have want symbol of avarice, silver sober ring, increase souls gained. Not from soul items, it's just from enemies when they die. So bosses and regular enemies when they die will give you extra souls. It was rough. What happened in the catacombs? Because I think that's where I left.
Then shall we begin, Ben? Then shall we begin?
All right, this scales with faith, so this is actually really smart of me. Does this fire, dark fire magic? We'll keep them even then if it doesn't give me another point in that. Got Tonito once. Well, at least you probably have the bonfire down there, but it's got to be living hell to get the rest of that way. Oh god, I'm just thinking of that. Oh, that final room with all the pinwheels and the. Do the mini demon skeletons get replaced with bosses as well? Because I don't know how you move through that room then. Baby skulls that have unlimited spawns? Yes, that's exactly what I was just asking about. That sounds like living hell. That sounds absolutely terrible. Oh, man. Yeah, I want to do the enemy randomizer run, but I'm waiting for the item randomizer to get re-released for DSR, and then I'm going to pick up DSR and do both of those. So hopefully it comes out in a reasonable amount of time. I would like to play it. Go mod now? Alright, take care, Thor. Best of luck. Hopefully there are no trolls. It is on DSR already? The item randomizer? Only the enemy randomizer to my knowledge. You always end up buying all the versions? Yeah. I had, okay, so my sister had red. I had blue and yellow. And then I had silver, gold, crystal, ruby, sapphire, emerald, and leaf green. I did not have fire red. And then I had black. But black was one that I was in high school and I just never ended up really getting into it and sinking a bunch of time in. Because by that time I had an Xbox and playing the cool shooter games and stuff and Skyrim and all that stuff, so I never really played it. But yeah, I had a lot of the old stuff. Die from laughter, so he's doing this run later tonight. Is he doing with the 100% boss replacement one? Cool shooter games, they exist. Well, back then I thought that was back when Call of Duty was still fun and I was playing Halo, man. Wait, how is one dead, not the other? What? I was playing that Halo. Was I playing Halo 4? Halo Reach and Halo 4 in high school? Gotta head out. Alright, take care, Singa. Thank you for stopping by with the host. Have a good one. No, Call of Duty was fun. Not anymore. Not anymore. Then Halo is fun. I like Halo. I still like Halo. It's like one of the few shooter games that I still enjoy. Yeah, the guy who gets hit, exactly. Like the dude right in the front of the doorway, he somehow survives it. They both take the same damage. The guy in the back is just clobbered. So I don't quite follow how this works. Let's see, 794 damage. Not like this. Alright, well that works, I suppose. That does not work so good. Dude, I hate the hitboxes with giant weapons like this. Because I don't know what it detects, but like sometimes the first swing, like, or like the first point of contact detection nullifies the entire rest of the hitbox. Which is really bad. Oh, come on, man. I rolled that. Ugh! What a good boss! There we go. Jeez. Jeez. At some point they went towards the futuristic direction and people didn't really want that. Well, yeah, they were trying to be something that they weren't. You know, they used to be old war shooters and then they started getting into like outer space and adding all these other like mechanics and stuff, and it's like, this isn't Call of Duty anymore. This is them trying to like be Halo and Destiny-esque, but without the, you know, Destiny looting, whatnot. It was very untrue then, which I think is why World War II was so well received, because it was actually going back more towards their roots. The BR direction, everybody's taking a BR direction. It's the hot topic. It's the popular thing. Why would people do otherwise, you know? The hot topic is probably the only reason that Heroes of the Storm was made, to be relevant because MOBAs are so popular. BR, Battle Royale. Like PUBG and H1Z1 and Fortnite, Realm Royale and all that stuff. They're making a Call of Duty Battle Royale. It's like it fits, but that doesn't make it any more creative. See something fun? I always like something fun. I rolled early. God, that has such an unforgiving hitbox. Ow. Okay, Dark Souls Battle Royale, as much of a joke as that is and probably will never be a thing, I would definitely play it. If you had the same mechanics as this game, but you just like randomly found armor and rings and weapons scattered about, that would be fantastic. If done right. Mind you, if done right. But I think it could be a lot of fun. Boss party. Oh, I'm ready. My body's ready for this boss party. Actually, you know what? Everybody's gonna watch it. Why not? That is definitely not the right screen. Immersion broken, streamer.
Yeah, you just put the files.
This is the potato quality I watch at, by the way. So
You should. God, be good.
I apologize.
Go. I'm doing it. I am doing it. I am so dead right now. Oh my fucking god. Go to the fog wall.
Oh man. What was Nito, by the way? What was Nito? I'm doing it! So happy. So happy and proud. Oh, okay, I thought you were saying Calamite was in that room. So Calamite was down in the boss room. Now, what were all the skeletons replaced by? Because I feel like that would be the hardest part of it all. Unless they don't fit. Unless they don't fit down there. What's up, Purple? Thank you for the host. How are you doing? Couldn't see me. Okay, they did get replaced. Those are just. You hope at least. Yeah, you better hope that those are just the Skelly boys. You want an IRL streamer BR? That'd be pretty intense. That'd be pretty intense. So much. I think that's just the purge. I think IRL would just be the purge. 10 bosses in one boss room? Like, it wouldn't work. 20? It had to be something ridiculous because when you go down that hallway, there's 2 of the, like, bone guys that come out of the ground. Then there's 2 giants by the door. Then once you go in, there's at least 3 or 4 pinwheels and then a bunch of the mini skeleton dudes. It's just a cluster. It'd be terrible. What's wrong with the little purging here and there? Well, I don't know, there's only a couple moral things wrong with it, but you know. Just because murder becomes legal doesn't make it any more moral. What if the innocent, what if the good people also get purged because of the bad people, right? Because the good people would probably be the ones that are too hesitant to kill anybody, and the bad people are the ones that would kill, so the bad actually take over from a purge. Enemy randomizer does not exist for Dark Souls 3, but as soon as that thing exists, I'm playing it. There's item randomizer. So item randomizer and enemy randomizer on Dark Souls 1. On Dark Souls Remastered, there's only enemy randomizer. The item randomizer hasn't been ported yet. Scholar has enemy and item randomizer, and DS3 only has item randomizer. Waiting for an enemy randomizer to be called for it. That's why they call it murder. But that time it would be legal, and there'd be no repercussions for their actions. So, mortality? No morality. I mean, yes, it is also mortality because you're dying, but that wasn't the point I was trying to make. if a good person kills a bad person, it's also still murder. You know. Right? Like the guy that killed JFK. Still arrested for murder. Gotta go chill with her before bed? Alright, take care, Viking. Thank you again for the host. Have a good night. I will catch you around. See you, man. And hi, Lee, if you can hear me. I'm not calling you Crow. It's not in my blood. At least while I still have blood. Somebody's gonna murder me. If the purge becomes real. Track me down. It's fine. It's fine. If only the purge is real? I don't wish that, no. I don't want to live in fear for my life for 24 hours. Leaves the shields moaning? What do you mean? They die the moment the purge ends? Wait, who dies? 12 hours? Maybe you should watch it. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I always thought it was 24 from the preview like things that I heard, but 12 isn't. I mean, it's twice as good as 24, but I just still don't like the concept. I don't know, to each their own. If you want the chance of somebody killing you just because they don't like you, yeah, then by all means. Is there still one up, or he's just not warping? Interesting. I don't think there was one up, he was just still not warping. Almost one cycling Sage with the heavy weapon on max new game, so that's fun. So many projectiles. Ah! Got him. Alright, nice. Nice. If it was really, you go into the safe house business and make millions. The safe house business. So what, everybody, like, people would pay money to be safe during that time? You'd have to pay guards to protect. Like, what if somebody planned to infiltrate that, right? They somehow bomb the place or get past your security. It's not 100% guaranteed, man. It's not that easy. The worst weapon art in the game for solo run? Yeah, like, it's only good if you're co-oping and you have some some coordinated plan in effect to have them draw towards the tank, which I guess you could block a lot of stuff with this shield, but then you would also you know, have the people with you take them out. NPC summons alive? But, like, in what case does it matter? Even in the serious quest line, if she dies, you just can redo it. It's not like she's permanently dead. I don't know. I don't personally see use for it. I'll just use Alluring Skulls. I'm not gonna be able to sit at this. They upgrade it and give you more money?
Thank you.
Yeah, but you also, like, in all of this, you're also trying to guarantee your own safety, right? So do you trust this safe house enough? Or do you think that because you've created this safe house and it's protecting people that the murderers would want to kill, that they wouldn't target you. Right? Because you've put yourself in this position of power to protect these people, that they wouldn't go after you individually. I don't know. It's a whole weird series of hypotheticals, but it's kind of interesting. At the same time, I didn't really ever think we'd be talking about murder in our chat, but I guess here we are. Welcome, new people. We don't often talk about murder. It's okay. We're not bad people, I promise. Take a rowboat out far enough for the night? Unless snipers were there, then you would die. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You don't know what you know, utilities and weapons and stuff people have at their disposal, or would be able to get a hold of. So yeah, you could very well be screwed if somebody spotted you. Actually, could I just hit the bridge itself and not one of the ropes to break it if the weapon has an overhead attack? Could be. Could be. Because it didn't look like I hit the edge there. It looked like I just hit the center of the bridge. Underwater base, you're just gonna rely on that future tech. I like it. I like it. I wasn't expecting future tech to be the answer, but maybe I just need to think outside the box a little bit. Easy. Why am I yawning? Oh no, my mouse. So I must say, all today, I was overall pretty bored. Not because like work was fine. It's just the stuff that I'm doing is pretty tedious at the moment. So it's not even like much coding. I'm going back and adding some stuff for like translations because we support a few languages. And so I was going back and basically just adding like, we have these tags that go around words that we want to translate. And I had to go and add them to a bunch. So it's just a lot of like copy paste clicking, you know, control click type things. Pretty tedious and whatnot. So like all day I'm just kind of sitting there like, I really just want to play Slay the Spire right now. Like I'm really looking forward to playing that after this. I don't know about doing it for a whole stream, just because I don't know how it would be, but that game was a lot of fun. That game was a lot of fun. I don't know how everybody else enjoyed it, but I really liked it. So I am planning on playing that at the end today, I think. Once we're done with this. The purge has to take place in the future. People with the morals today stop it from existing. I guess you have a point. Well, I mean, all you would need is people without morals to be in power, or people without those particular morals to be in power. So I guess technically all it would take is like one election. So like in the next couple years, technically possible. Oh, you wrote a paper on it for the social class. Okay, well that explains the extra amount of knowledge on the subject. Did he just iframe that? You broken piece of crap. I hate you. Nice. Although that would have been oh, he's at 50%. No, he's below 50%. I don't hear the wolf though, so maybe he's not. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me the attack I want! Give me the jump. Give me the jump. That is not the jump. I don't really remember having to write a paper for my sociology class. It was only an intro sociology class. We had a lot of hypothetical stuff. The one weird one that we talked about, because I was in high school when I took the sociology class. It's just like an online intro soc for college. But the one thing was talking about like different types of love and stuff. I'm like, I feel like I'm a little young to be having to write about this. I also don't like really know what to write. Get well caught. Took it last semester in college. How did you like it? I mean, there's definitely some interesting topics that you talk about because you're talking about societal things, but I don't know. The social sciences were a little bit more interesting. I just didn't like, at least with psychology, the actual like memorizing the different parts of the brain and all that stuff where it comes to like rote memory. Never knew where the wolf comes from in the Grave Tender boss fight until now. Yeah, he comes off of the tower over there, which, as far as I'm aware, is the one from DS1's Painted World. If not the same one, it's a very similar one. I forget what the lore behind that is. Fun, the professor is cool. That's always good. Like, a good professor can definitely make or break classes. 100%. Like, you could have a class that's interesting in topic to you, but if you have a bad professor, like, it's just game over. Which is really quite unfortunate. Especially if it's stuff that has to do with your major. If you have a bad impression early on because you don't enjoy classes and stuff, you know, you could stop pursuing something that you enjoy but you think you don't enjoy because a professor made it a horrible experience. She said don't bother memorizing parts of the brain unless you're specifically going into that career. I'm just talking, so the psych class, I didn't have to memorize the brain parts for the psych class I took in college. But the psych class I took in high school we did, because it was, I don't know, it was, I want to say it's more basic, but I don't know. It was only a half a year too, so. But yeah, we had to memorize brain stuff for that, which was, didn't like it. I want to say it was because it was an honors class that they made us do that. I don't know if the academic version or whatnot had to memorize that. But yeah, all the other stuff is kind of interesting. In college, I took 2 psych classes. They were psychology of language and thought, and psychology of language. And so, like, there was some stuff where you're learning about different parts of the brain stuff, but it's always, I don't know, I think learning about kind of like how we think and like process information and like the way that like mentally you make associations and stuff, which is why they say about like learning multiple languages when you're younger is a lot easier because your connections aren't as strong, right? So like that's why AI develops the way it does, is because they use associativity, like we associate words with one another. That's how predictive text works, right? It's all associative. It's like, oh, when this person uses this word, these words are the most commonly used after it. You know, it's neat kind of learn that, but yeah, when you're a kid and you're learning multiple languages, your connection to English, like if you're born in a native speaking country, you know, it's English, your association to everything being English isn't as strong, and you know, you're still learning how to speak in general and languages and stuff. So can associate other languages at the same time. Hey Moog, how are you doing, man? Welcome back. How is life on this fine day for you? And yeah, we gotta figure out when you're coming down to hang. We also gotta figure out about the plans with Luke. Oh no, I bounced off the wall. I love you too, man. Sorry, I'm not hip with all the kids in this ILY stuff. Sorry, man. I try my best to keep up with the hip lingo, but I'm just not trendy enough. Stop said about 25. After that, it gets a little more challenging. Yeah, but it's like, it's not like at 25 it's a drop off, right? It's as the years go on, it becomes harder. It's just kind of at 25 is when you've broken that threshold of ease. But like the younger you are, it's definitely way easier. I would say it's still way easier to learn multiple languages when you're 5 to 10 than you are when you're 20 to 25. Right. Hey Optic, how are you doing? I am soul level 609 at the moment. Try and text 9 tonight. Sounds good. Sounds good. It would be fun. It'd be fun to hang out again. Stop leveling at 666, but I gotta make it till max level. I know. I mean, we'll stop and we'll acknowledge the moment of 666 for a few seconds, but I gotta get to 802. It's the dream, the goal. Then I can say I've gotten to max level in a game. I don't think we'll be done all cosplay runs by the time we get there. So Viking actually suggested another group co-op run that could be done. So I was planning on doing the 3 guys by in Lothric Castle. The Onikiri Nubidachi, the Great Axe, and the Mage. He had suggested doing the 3 of those as a single cosplay run, whereas I was thinking doing them individually, so I could still do the other 2 individually, but do one of them as a group run. Thought it might not be a bad idea. Could be fun. Only still level 364 or something like that? Yeah, I mean once you get into the couple hundred, it starts to just cost a ridiculous amount of souls to upgrade. And you have to just keep playing through new game cycles to get levels from Yule. Because what, it costs us, oops, didn't mean to attack, 5.7 million souls for a level right now. Which is absolutely nuts. I can't see anything with this hammer, it's the worst. Energy plus 7. Yeah, so it's like you can farm souls, but at a certain point it's just more efficient to play through the entire game, even if you only do any percent. You'll get 5 levels in the couple hours it takes you to beat the game rather than farming for the same amount of time. Plus you get souls while doing it. So I can almost squeeze out a level just from playing through the game once. Or the dudes before the ladder to Farron. Oh, that's true, you're right. Yeah. I can do one of them, like those duo ones, I could do one of them as a co-op run and one of them as a regular run. I feel weird if I don't do the other ONS run as a co-op run. I feel weird if I don't do the other ONS run as a co-op run, just because they're always together. The other guys aren't bosses, so I don't feel bad about separating them. Is it as bad as Lito's with blocking the screen? Not quite as bad, but it's pretty similar. Smo's is bad. Oh no, that's gonna hit, yeah. Should have gone to the other side. Hello, hello, last night. Separate my side. I don't believe it's been. Say my thoughts on I don't. I don't like that. Get that double hit. And the nice thing with this is an initial hit on Frida will stagger her. I don't know about 2 in that situation. Oh shit. I actually staggered him right there. We could have gone for the riposte. It's actually crazy, like it takes quite a bit to get the stagger on Ariandel. The one I still haven't done it on is Stagger Dancer, where you get the riposte. I mean, I've staggered her, but not enough times in the head area. Oh, that still hit. Okay. It hit, she just got the hyper armor on it. Didn't realize. You gonna go somewhere? There you go. Yeah, it's other side by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Stamina, it's all gone. So much stamina. Damn you, great hammers. Close the staggering dancer twice. Yeah, I just don't go for the headshots. I stay behind her, so it's really difficult if I want to. Maybe if I tried, I could, but I don't know. Laughing Gravy, thank you for the follow. Especially on higher new games and stuff, Dancer's just gonna do too much damage being in front. Okay, I have to roll that a little bit early. I think because I was so close that the Black Flame actually hits a little bit sooner. Oh, off to the side. Kinda wondering if I could kill her with that. Nope. What? She just dashed back into it? Yeah, I would. Oh, so is this what it's like to have poise in Dark Souls 3? Is this what it's like to actually have poise? I mean, I guess it's technically hyper armor because you're doing an action, but it feels more poise-like because I'm just standing there taking it. Lido, Ruin Knight. Zuli co-op cosplay. All NPCs adjudicator giant can summon as specters. Wait, you can... I've only ever seen the Lita one, I think. Maybe I'm just not familiar with the Ruin Knight or Zuli builds. Oh, Third Knight Greatsword infused with Dark. Kill her too fast to get the crit. I don't... Can you kill them too fast? Maybe you can. She does have a slightly lower health pool. Oh, the Ruin Knights are the one with the arrows. Okay. When I hear Ruin Knights, I'm thinking like the Ruin Sentinels. I'm like, I don't remember seeing those. Although I do have the Ruin set. I do have the Ruin set. It's got the weird neck piece. It's janky. So do they explain anything with the Ruin Knights? Like, DS2, you obviously have the Ruin Sentinels in, was it Lost Bastille? Does it explain any sort of connection as to why... Like, because it's the Ring City, so are they from there and are they from the Ring City, or did they migrate to the Ring City? Like, what's the... Or how are they associated with the Judicator? You use this hammer and you use Walnir's sword. They have similar weapon art. Oh, do they? So what does Walnir's sword do exactly? Or what does it do differently, rather? Armor of the company of knights who were sent to the Ring City on an old king's order. The knights sought the Dark Soul, but were so soundly crushed they had little choice but to swear themselves to the Judicator giant. The ill-fated company was later immortalized. I rolled that. Shit! Oh god. Wrath of the God with no perseverance, gotcha. In a dark fable, inspiring the aspect of certain golems in whom their name lived on. Okay. Owie, welcome back. What is this good news? I would like to hear it. I'm always a fan of good news. That's not good news. I'm just messing. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub, Owie. I hope that you enjoy your face. I appreciate you using that over here. But how are you? How are you doing? It's very kind of you. Oh, man. You're on PS4? PS4 is the only platform I don't have DS3 on. But, like, Xbox doesn't have enough of a player base. I feel like it's PS4, then PC, then Xbox as far as, like, viewers go. But, I don't know, PC and PS4 are kind of close. Just staying up at night? Sounds like tons of fun. I don't know, it sucks. I'm like a night owl, but I also like to be functioning during the day, which just leads to less sleep, so I stay up a little bit later, but I have to try and cut it. I've been trying to move it up, though. I had been going to bed by like 2 a.m. trying to get in bed, trying to like wrap things up by like 1, so I can get in bed by like 1:30. I think I actually got to bed by like 1:20 last night. I was actually pretty proud of myself. It's not the best, but yeah, it's better. Double the viewers Xbox does. So how do you look at that? Like, are you saying that like more people watch from PS4 than from Xbox? Because I was just talking about like the viewers of the stream, what they play on. Crash Bandicoot, what about it? I did a playthrough of all the Crash games last year. Was it last year already? Wrath of the Gods against Deacon's Heresy? I'm gonna use it. Why not? Alright. One shot, I like it. I like it. What about the big guys? No. Oh no, it did. I think it did kill the big guy. Hey, Lemillion. Any other NPC invaders returned from DS1 to DS3, or is it just Kirk? That's a good question. Patches isn't an invader. Is Alva in any of the other ones? Is Alva in DS2? I don't think Leroy is in this. Honestly, I'm not too familiar with the DS1 invaders. Mostly because I'm never online. Or no, I am online, but I'm not kindled. Mildred's not in it. I don't think so. More streamers play DS3 on PS4, gotcha. Yeah, that's definitely true. It's PS4 or PC for the most part. I mean, there is some Xbox, but not a ton. At least from what I've seen, the people that I watch. I think I know one streamer that's on Xbox. The AoE, it's worth it. Get out of here. Everybody, yeah. Ow. Okay, that's not good. Ow, whoa, 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 whoa. I do not like this whole counter damage thing. I'm gonna die trying to throw a skull. What? I hate this boss! Jeez, man. Oh no, I'm out of fancy weapon art stuff. Alright, get out of here. Damn. I used all of my I used all of my FP. Did not realize it. Mildred and Kirk are the invaders in DS1? Yeah, but there's also Paladin, Leroy, and some others. Like I think the DLC has a couple. Oswaldo, welcome back though. How have you been? Jeremiah. Chester. Wait, oh, does Chester invade in the DLC? Hey, Gino, how are you doing, man? Can't believe I'm engaged? I can't either. I'm still adjusting to the saying fiance thing. I go to say my girlfriend, and then I'm like, oh, right. Oh, okay, so Jeremiah was a Xanthus user. Well, Xanthus actually comes all the way from Demon Souls, doesn't it? The one boss with had the Xanthus crown. 2-hit PB on SL1 no upgrade today? What is that all bosses vanilla? Right? Or is that any percent? I don't know why I picked that up. I don't need it. So that one's any percent. Your regular no upgrade is all bosses with the DLCs, correct? Old monk, thank you, Purple. But GGG, no. Freaking beast, man. I feel like you just do that shit so casually. It's like, yeah, let's just do some no-hit runs. Easy. Hey, Enduritize, how are you doing? Use the Farron Ring and cost less FP per cast of weapon art. It's not that big of a deal. I was just using it excessively as a meme because of the AoE, but it's not gonna matter too much. Mercenary with short sword? What, the, well, that's for no upgrades, right? Yeah, I mean, there's not really even... I think when I do it, I go to +1 for Vort, but you don't even have to do that. And then when you would normally go to get the Twin Blades, that's when you do your upgrading and leveling. So I don't feel like there's much difference. Kirk is like a title, not a person. That's interesting. So Kirk is just a title. See, I was under the impression that what is it? Longfinger was the title. Getting hit by Vort for the tourney? He's a bitch. I'm not worried about getting hit by Vort too much. The only thing I'm worried about getting hit by is right where the Fire Breath Dragon is. Those 3 hollows. That's basically the only point I'm relatively concerned about. I don't know. I feel like this hasn't really been promoted all that much. Like, he's been talking about, like, sponsors and, like, a prize and stuff, and that he got some channel for it. But outside of, like, going and asking people about doing it, I feel like there's been no real advertisement of the event itself. So, like, how do people know to go and watch this? Maybe I just don't see it. I don't know. Optic, thank you for the follow. Ricard isn't an invader, but he has multiple appearances. That's true. I mean, same with Patches, right? Patches is an invader, he has multiple appearances. Oh, who else does? The Firekeeper Kappa. I mean, it's not the same Firekeeper as DS1, but the Maiden and the Emerald Herald, like, they all serve the same purpose, but they're not Firekeepers. Although a DS2, that first room in Things Betwixt is... Those are all old Firekeepers, right? Longfinger Kirk is very similar to Night Kirk from DS1. Both are part of an invasion covenant and share the same armor name from the wiki. And there's only really so much you can trust from the wiki, in my opinion. But I'll take it. I'm sure it's accurate enough. Sure, it is accurate enough. I don't know. I haven't been doing no-hit stuff. I haven't done a no-hit run since April 30th when I got mine. It's been over 2 months now going into this tournament. Like, I'm not going to go very far. I'm calling it now. I'm not going to go very far in this tournament. The thing that sucks is that I have a day job, so I can't just do it whenever. I'm going to have to do it when I would normally stream. I'm going to have to work with somebody else to match it up. And then he only said about Couch Jockey and Susie as commentators. But, like, it fucks up a lot of people's stream schedules, I'll say that much. Icon below is Blessed. Well, it's not Blessed. I have the Sun Princess ring, but yeah, it's the HP restoration. You know, hit run with over 70% equip load? You're gonna have to look elsewhere for that. I'm not doing it. This is the last no-hit run thing I'm doing is this tournament. And even at that, I don't think it's gonna be much for me personally. Yeah, like, the lining up and, like, I don't know, with Speed Souls, they had... So, like, when Speed Souls did their tournament, they had a bunch of different people that announced. And a lot of the people were... I don't know, a lot of people were European in that tournament. Like, a lot of DS1 speedrunners are European. So, I didn't see the Bloodborne one. but their evening stuff was daytime for US. So like we lose out. There's not a lot of NA. It's the same thing with this. There's not a lot of NA ones. It's mostly EU. I mean, there's a few Canada and US, but you have a lot of overseas people. So if you have matchups against them, like lining that up is tough because people work. It's just the fact of the matter. And finding announcers for it. If you only have 2 chosen, like I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it works, but I have my concerns, but I don't really have too much investment in it all. As bad as that may sound, or people may look down on it, I don't. I joined just because I figured I should. I told Engrish, if you need somebody to drop out, I'll drop out. Well, yeah, that's why it takes away from, like, the tournament aspect, or, like, the hype of a tournament, because it's not 1v1 anymore. I mean, it is, but at the same time... Bloodborne speedrun? Yeah, but he didn't do the tournament that I'm talking about. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. Like, it... Obviously, like, I know that they need to be at the same time. It just is hard. That's really all it comes down to. Tourney's last weeks. I know. Go for a long time because it takes so long to match people up against each other. No, he doesn't do anything with the Speed Souls community. As far as I'm aware, there was some fallout. I don't know the details of it. We don't need to get into it. But hey, Slasher, how are you doing? Welcome back. Mid-rolling like a boss. I kind of want to start cutting this out, but if I die to Walnir, I have to run through the whole thing. So if I started to like speedrun, I would skip this. Get that sick time save. Because even if I got the shortcut, then I could run through from Abyss Watchers and tap the could run from Abyss Watchers and tap the gate. If I died, I could run back through. Good, glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like there's a ton of excitement around it. I felt like with the Speed Souls one, I'm talking about the shortcut, so I'm like, yeah, let's go to the shortcut. I felt like with the Speed Souls tournament, there were a lot of people that were like excited to compete in it. It feels like the no-hit one, it's just kind of like scraping for people to do it, and it feels like there's only like a couple people who are like really invested and excited about it, and everybody else is kind of like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Hey, Nix, it's hot outside? Yes, it is. And it rained here. Like, there was some heavy thunderstorming going on while I was eating dinner. Kind of feels like a short, yeah, I'm glad I'm not like, right, I'm glad I'm not the only one that feels that way. Yesterday and this morning? Yeah, last night. No, last night I heard fireworks. That's what it was. How Sorig died, nice. You're doing the DS3 all bosses tourney for memes? Don't even like the category. Well, that's just kind of how I feel people are doing the no-hit. Like, I feel like more people are doing the no-hit run for memes rather than because they genuinely want to compete in it. It's like everybody's being asked and everybody's just like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, I guess. Like, there's a couple people that are legitimately excited and like practicing for it, but I've only heard of like a couple people that are like, yeah, I'm practicing for the no-hit tourney. Everybody else is like, yeah, I'll just do it when the time comes. Wait, was that 2 hits on that bracelet? What the heck? See ya, Waldir. Can't be hot if your body temp is always 100 degrees plus. If your body temperature is 100 degrees plus, you have a fever, sir. You are sick. Blessed weapons are sick for Walnir. Is this considered blessed because it scales with faith? But yeah, that was strong. That was very strong. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, what is the normal body temperature? 98.6 degrees? Similar to Anri's, technically blessed infused. Oh, is it? Wait. So if I take the Sun Prince, no, this isn't blessed infused. Sun Princess isn't. Doesn't have passive heal on it. Yeah, Anri's has the passive heal. I guess this one doesn't. It's just good. Yeah, apparently it's just good. I mean, the AR on this, we're at 672 AR. And with Lloyd's Sword Ring, we're at 739. So, that's pretty solid. I don't know if it has something that he's weak to. Oh, thank you, Worm. I mean, Solaire. Which weapon has the highest AR in DS3? I don't know. I'm sure somewhere that's gotta be calculated if you have stats. It's probably some base weapon with an infusion, I would think. Like a hollow infusion, maybe? I honestly couldn't tell you. I could go through and tell you what the highest is that I have. Oh yeah, Yorm's machete is pretty damn good. That's true. Yeah, like that's one of those things, like once I've done a ton of runs and I'm at max level, like I could check for myself on a lot of stuff. But I'm sure there are formulas that you could just flat out just calculate what the best is. That does 1400 damage to him? He's weak to magic, right? Or has some magic weakness? Okay. I hate this boss. I'm surprised I got through that. Hey, Popcorn. Yorm's only scales with strength, though? Something with more diverse scaling should have better damage. I mean, you would think, but it could just be that strong in strength. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely no guarantee with that. But I think your point is valid. Boys through it! Okay. That works too. So if you hit him with the weapon on the Perseverance and then the Wrath of the Gods, you get a double hit. Min-max will always have crazy AR? What do you mean min-max? Are you talking about like if you use spell buffs and or miracles and power within and stuff? I'd be curious to see the combination of that. I don't know what the best body setup you can do is. Because then you would go with something that's non-infused or is infused with like sharp or refined. I guess you can buff stuff with hollow too. It's just the the elemental infusions you can't buff. Limit Breaker's got to like 3,500 AR. Holy crap. I would be curious to do one of those runs where I just try and do literally as much damage as possible to a boss in one hit. But I feel like the setup with for that would be crazy. Unless I literally just cheat engined everything or like duplicated this character, knocked it down to MG, and tried to one-shot. I know there's a one-shot challenge on DS1, which I think is interesting. Basically, it has something to do with like you get points based on if you one-shot or not, and then as you get more points, you're allowed to do more things. I don't know if it's like you're allowed to level that many times or what it was. Thought it was an interesting concept. Hey, Wide Pants. I mean, why do pantsuit? How are you doing? Dude, in Dragon Form one-shot Pontiff? Hey, Diesel Powered. I saw that video too, I believe. I saw that. It was like technically 2 hits if you count, because it was 2 parts of a parry riposte. Or the riposte hits twice, right? When the sword goes in and when the sword goes out. But yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I think Ray Dimitri is like the name that everybody knows with those kinds of things. He did all the high damage output combinations. Now I don't know if there are better things than what he did, but I remember he's got a lot of videos with those kind of themes. I don't think I drank a ton of water today at work, honestly. I think it was that slow that I just wasn't really drinking water, so my mouth is drying out talking so much and I'm dehydrated. Oh man. So my body telling me, hey, you should shut up. Yo, Acid, how you doing, man? It's going well. Life is good. I don't know if you heard the news, but I'm an engaged boy now. Ray Dimitri is the king of one-shots? Yeah, that's kind of like, with Souls games, that was kind of his big spiel. Or, I don't know if spiel is the right word, but that was the thing I know that he focused on quite a bit. And thanks, man. How did I do it? You want we going through the story again? That's fine. So we went up to a little ways away from my parents' house. So we both went in for the 4th of July weekend because we have a family picnic on Sunday. So I was able to get her to come in for that. We went up to some shops, some like nicer shops. It has some restaurants and stuff up there. So easy cover to get. Yeah, to like dress up a little bit nicer. Not like too fancy, but like polo and a dress, that type of thing. And my sister, since she was going out of the country, she was like, oh, let's get our nails done, whatnot. So boom, check that one off. Boom, check the dress up nice off the list as well. So went out, walked around, outside in the shops and stuff, ate dinner. On the way back, we stopped at a little local ice cream place. And then when we came back to my parents' house, my mom and my sisters had set up some candles, like a candle walkway on our back patio. And then there were pictures and stuff from, over the years of us dating. And then at the end of it, under like, not a canopy, but like, I don't know, that kind of thing. It's like the 4 wooden posts with some tapestries and stuff. There was the ring sitting there on a little pedestal type thing. So, boom. Easy. Easy. have her planned for? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Like how long we'll be engaged? We're still looking at dates for the wedding and stuff. I think we're looking like spring 2020, so like almost 2 years out, just because of the way things line up and it being like kind of hard to plan for spring next year. Oh, how long did I plan to do it? I mean, I had wanted to propose for a long time, but only a couple months ago did I actually like talk to her parents about it, and then back at the end of May I bought the ring. So it's only really like from the ring to the proposal was only like a month or so. A lot better than your proposal? Nerve-wracking? I was like pretty calm with it, but then like when the time came, I definitely did not know what exactly to say. Like she was in shock doing the whole like, what is this? What is this? And I like didn't really have like a whole long like speech or anything like to go with it. So like everything I do is pretty short and to the point, but also I can't remember if you told me a while back if you were engaged or not. So congrats to you as well. I can't remember if you had said anything before. God, I hate that follow-up. I'm stupid. Whoa. Dude, I hate this boss. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Punt infinite stamina bin. It's true though, like the dude just keeps going. Meanwhile, I've got baby stamina in comparison. Some friends in Gankum? I only do co-op stuff if I'm gonna do the whole run co-op. Otherwise I'll just fight solo. Oh no. Gosh darn it, man. The clone is almost dead. Come here, buddy. Come here. There it is. I hate second phase doing it close because his moveset is different on his punishes. Get out of here. Get out of here. Hey, K-Dub, on your favorite... Wait, so Pontiff is your favorite boss? I like him, I'm just terrible at him. Gale and Midir are my top two for this game, I would say. Like, I like Pontiff as a boss, but to actually fight him, I suck. Hey Grayson, happy Thursday to you as well. I am doing well, how about yourself? All you ever say to me is, hey Purple? Well, K-Dub, you said more than just hi to people, that maybe he would say more than just hey. I don't know. I don't know, I'm just messing. Your favorite DS3 boss is Ludwig? That's biased. Bloodborne is not the same game. It's different. You never speak again until the next hey. That's how I feel with some people when I see him in chats. They'll be like, hey, I'll be like, hey. That's it until I see him the next day. The funniest thing though is when somebody says hi to you multiple times in the same stream because you've been lurking that long. What happened to my roll input when I landed? Thank you, game. Hey, Gino. Alright, Gino, I'll talk to you tomorrow, man. I don't know if you're gonna be here or not, but if you don't say it, then we'll leave it for... I won't be around tomorrow, actually. Maybe if I see you on Twitch earlier in the day. But I won't be streaming tomorrow. Feel sad, man. Kazanbo, what's up? How are you doing? I can't tell if Gina's actually leaving or not anymore. The joke is too strong. What's the weirdest shit I've seen? Like 1.5 feet wrapped around the bowl. My friend sent me a picture of it once. It was weird. Hey David, welcome back, dude. It goes well. It goes well. How about yourself? Say hi to Ryan 5 times during one of his streams because he constantly left to help Sarah. It's like, hey man, I'm back. Hey, hey, what up? How are things going now? Hi, bye, alright. Monsieur Avocado. That's my shitty version of a French accent. I apologize to any remotely French people. I have butchered your language. You're welcome. You love that? Well, that's the only time I'm ever gonna do that ever again. So I hope you cherish that moment. Just lurking? I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man. Route in Borderlands 2 Deathless, because why not? Record it. Post it on the interwebs. Become famous. Eat french fries so you're part French. I think you speak for most people that was not bad. I don't think that's quite how that works. Shrek is love, Shrek is life. I don't think they're wrong. Ah. What? Oh no, I crossed the line. Johnny Cash will be mad. Hey JJ, welcome back. No Death All DLC, normal to ultimate isn't even that hard. Well, I personally don't know, so you can make it sound very impressive to me, since I have never played Borderlands 2. I didn't even do anything. That's my boy. That does so much damage. That does more than a regular hit. Why is my weapon art so strong? It's all about that faith. That wasn't worth it. Oh, yep. There it is. Although after that he goes right into the warp, so it's like the only downside, but I think there are strats to keep him in phase 1. Did the ultimate DLC to some trash mob and quit for a while? Get angry at the game. Go better. Kingpin, thank you for the follow. Alright, so we got Yormy boy up here. I'm not gonna be able to do fancy weapon arts on him. Feels bad, man. I thought my laptop was done charging. I was like, that's really fast. Although, it has been charging for 2 hours, so I guess it's not incredibly out of the question. It's probably close to done. Angry at a game? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. How are you doing, Harley? How is you? Zura, welcome back. Borderlands 2 is so weird. Bosses are easy, but you can die to any trash mob that you come across. Well, I feel like that's how I am with Dark Souls sometimes. Like, I don't fight the trash mobs, so when I have to, I don't really know their movesets, and some of them can just wreck me. Very tired, so you avoid streaming tonight? How am I? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Having fun with this Eygon run that we're doing. Harley, I noticed that you you enjoyed some of the interactions that happened earlier today. I saw you enjoying that from the passerby standpoint. Fun times. It's fun to be a moderator, isn't it?
Go and tell your master that we have been charged by God with a sacred quest.
Arscat, thank you for the follow as well. Well, like, that's the thing that sucks. Like, being a streamer and a moderator, like, it's this double-sided sword. You get a bunch of people that like you and are like, hey, what's up? And then there's everybody else that thinks you're a complete asshole. So, it is what it is. I can't please everybody. It's like, there are rules. I just enforce them. Oh, come, freaking rats shoving me out of the way. Hey, Nikitos, how are you doing? Not listening to mods in 2K18? Well, that's the... I didn't want to use the skull. It's the edgy thing to do. Hey, Wolfie. Command spam guy? It happens that people use it. It was just like... I don't know why people have to talk back about it and then make such a big stink. It's like, yeah, but it was helpful. Whatever. It's a moot point. It's just something very childish. Maple Lead, how are you doing? Keep telling people that being a mod is overrated. Oh, I've told people from here on out, like, if you give me a mod sword, please don't expect me to actually do anything. Honorary mod only. Like, I'll throw shout-outs for people. I don't, like, oh my god. And the thing is, people, like, they're like, oh my god, you're a mod everywhere. You're a mod everywhere. I'm like, I mod for Faraz and Squilla, so that's why you think I mod everywhere. I mod for 2 partner streamers. Like, I have a mod sword in a couple other channels, but I don't really do anything there. I have a mod sword in Donnie's. I have a mod sword in Gino's. I have a mod sword in somebody else's, I think. Like, I don't really do anything there. The partnered ones are the ones that are more of a pain because there's more people to deal with, but in general, it's fine. Just occasionally you have to deal with idiots.
You must cut down the mightiest tree in the forest with a herring.
Wolfie, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Don't have any channels you mod in? Are you seeking out the mod sword, Harley? It's not worth it. It's not what you think it is. Exercise the band hammer? Yeah, well, sometimes you have to do too many reps, and like, yeah, you know how workouts are. You don't want to do too many reps, or you're gonna hurt your muscles. So, yeah, you don't want to exercise it too much a day. What's up, champion? Lurk too much to be a mod? The funny thing is, I lurk a lot now. I was very active a while ago. I'm still active by some people, like very active by some people's standards, but I lurk quite a bit. Seeking the monster, but you're never gonna find it. But like, why do you want it? It's not all it's cut out to be. Like, sure, it can be fun in games in some cases, but a lot of times it's really just dealing with the pain in the butt people, and then they get people that whisper you after you ban them and stuff. They're like, oh my god, why'd you ban me? And you have to like explain how their behavior was childish and unacceptable. Or the mod sword kills you. No, it's not the master sword. I wish it was. People get busy and you're almost always lurking somewhere. Yeah, like, fortunately, I don't have to, like, my stream doesn't need much moderation. So, like, yeah, at smaller tiers, it's typically fine. Though, I do find in certain cases that individuals will have more issues with trolls and stuff. They just have bad luck with it. Unfortunately, just, like, in general, like, female streamers have that issue. But it's simply because disgusting pigs will come around. But yeah, so I guess that, like, lower size stream, that doesn't really do much. Lower size streams. Yeah, it's more just like, oh, can you do a shout out or permits? Once you get into other situations that you're really dealing with banning people on a regular basis and timing people out and stuff. Only do voices that saves you. Oh yeah, for sure, because it saves you clicks, right? If you had a camera, those people see girl and they click, right? They have to go out of their way, you know, hear your voice and be like, oh. Don't want to mod? Nah, for even your friends, too much attention, you just want to chill. And I completely get that. Like, there is something very relaxing about just being in a stream and not having to worry about what every single person says. Somebody says something off, somebody else takes care of it, not you. People were getting banned, the streamer did it himself most of the time. Yeah, but like, even I banned a couple people. Like, I don't know, I banned a few people even in Squilla's stream. People just might not realize it. Cuthwolf, welcome back. You beat Pinwheel, GG, man, that's tough. Only play dry, what's up? Should probably... Could go for a Charged R2, maybe? Hey, Nikkei. It's not a ban if you come back, though. I just used the ban for emphasis, like, just for, like, the exaggeration of it. I am banned pretty quickly when it's a joke. But the thing is, like, you can tell when I'm memeing. Or you should be able to. That's where you start running into issues, is where you, like, ban somebody as a joke, and then they freak out. They're like, oh my god, I got banned, like, you're abusing your power. I'm like, god, take a joke. But some people don't have a higher level sense of humor. Senor banned you for saying no one liked me. Well, I'm glad Senor was looking out for me. Meme time out to fight? Oh yeah, absolutely. I think so. Like, I think it creates like a... I don't know, I personally think it creates a good environment within a stream. Like, if your moderators can joke and have a good time, and it's not like, oh my god, the mods are here. The mods are here, everybody put away the memes! Like, that's how people end up being. So, like, if you have joking mods in that, you know, that kind of flow to the stream and stuff is already present. I hate it when, like, people think that the moderators are just the bad guys and that there's no fun can be allowed or anything like that. It's the meme police. Get banned everywhere you go. People think abusing you with their swords is fine. You take it. Gotta stand up for yourself, man. Be like, this is not okay. I do not agree with this. Joking moderator, yeah. My mod team is mostly just memes. I mean, have you met my mods? Have you met my mods? Like, they can lay down the law when they need to, but it's mostly just a bunch of memesters. Mods must be serious at all times. Then they're not my mods. I don't want somebody that's just gonna ban anybody. Most times people will just give up and leave, or they'll settle down. Next cosplay friend G plus 55. I have not chosen yet. I don't know. I'm always open to suggestions. I'm planning on getting through all of the different cosplay builds in the game. I just haven't decided yet. I typically don't end up deciding until like the day of. I'm like, okay, what are we doing today? You're serious all the time? Oh, sure. Sure, Acid. Sure you are. V-Swed, welcome back. Sup, nerd. Take you out back for memes. Show you a good time. Senor's the most serious mod, and even at that, Senor jokes a lot. But like, my mods are Senor, Justin, Piggy, Straubs, Acid. It's a bunch of jokesters. Big chats where someone will say something slightly meme or trolly, and if the streamer reads it, all the mods will be like, who said that? Let me ban him. Oh, man. Yeah, some of the large chats are, like, definitely very interesting. Like, you either have the dynamic where there's just, like, moderators there and they only ban the really extreme stuff and everything else flies. Yeah, or you get ones that they'll take everything seriously no matter the size of the chat. Well, at that point, too, there's so many people that the mods are like, a single person doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Whereas, like, at smaller size and stuff, one person can make or break things. Especially if they're, like, not really doing anything harmful. Hey, Painful, you can do Dark Souls with mouse and keyboard. You can play Dark Souls with mouse and keyboard. I think with DS1, it works better just keyboard only. And you use, like, IJKL or something like that for your camera control. But, yeah, they do have mouse and keyboard support on PC. I have not done... No, I did do Seagward. I believe I did do Seagward. So we did the Stormruler only run. Seen your character you posted in Discord? When did you post it, Obi-Wan? Have to earn a ban in your chat? Yeah, for the most part you have to earn one here, but in a few cases it's not that hard to earn it, but you have to... Basically, if the first word's out of your mouth or something just atrocious, you're gonna get banned. Outside of that, eh. I have not done a Torch Hollow run, no. No, I'm saving some of the painful runs for a little bit because we just did the Jailer one recently, so I'm enjoying the nice stuff. Posted it a bit ago. I probably did see it. Which channel did you post it in? I can take a look again later to refresh my memory. I probably did see it though. It is geared towards controller play, yes, but it is capable of being played with mouse and keyboard. In fact, Deck and a few others are very proficient with it that way. Hey Matt, how are you doing? General? Yeah, I'll scroll back through it and see if I missed it. Name is Prometheus. Yeah, I'll have to take a look. It's not ringing a bell at the moment, but that doesn't mean I didn't see it. I scroll through a lot of Discord stuff. Played Hollow Knight, you bought it on last Steam sale. Mistake, however, it's amazing. Didn't know you would love it. I've seen it and it looks great. The thing is, for me personally, I've seen too much of it. I've seen too much of it, and it's kind of been very, very spoiled. Why did I run this way? Okay, it's not good. It's been spoiled for me personally, so I won't be playing it. But yeah, it's a very nice game from what I've seen. Wait, should be done on NG with hacks? Like 5-shot Madeir? Accurate Torch Hollow cosplay would be far too OP. Yeah, do the flailing swing. I know playing it is, but I don't know, don't get me wrong, I would enjoy the experience of like exploring it and doing it myself. But there's something inside me that, like, hates the fact that I know what all of the, knowing all of the bosses and stuff. That's, like, the only thing that would bother me is, like, getting to something and be like, I've seen this before. I like the surprise of it and having to fully learn it, not, like, seeing some strats. Obviously, I know that executing is different, but... it's a wholly different game. Yeah, there are some platformers, though, that are still just really good, even if you don't normally enjoy platformers. Run through Tomb of the Giants again? You hate that area and the catacombs? Harley, just watch a speedrun and learn the routing. Actually, if you go to my any percent DS1 PB, you can see the routing through it, and it also takes the bonfire down there. You enjoy Darksiders? Darksiders is good. Darksiders is good. Hey, Doctor. Hope your hope work has been go well, or whatever you are doing, and taking a break from it. So I wouldn't be able to do Torch Hollow on Yorm. I could do...
that we have been charged by God with a sacred quest.
I don't know, I could always do, what's it called? I want to do the Broken Straight Sword Hollow. Double follow. Oh, I whiffed. Come on, bird. Go down. Now off Souls. I am playing with the controller. I only play dry and eared gamer. Thank you guys for the follows. Do appreciate it. Character max leveled? It is not. We're at level 609 right now. We're working to max level, but we're not going to get to max level until like NG 90 something, I think. Maybe high 80s. Alt F4 out of 2 with Giant so many times. Keep falling. You gotta learn the quit out menu. Did I get hosted? Oyster hosted me for 20 about 2 hours ago. That's it. Million times in the tomb, but you're getting through the areas faster finally. Glad you're learning, man. I don't know why I just called you man, Harley. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. Partner? People keep saying that, but there's a long way to go. There's a long way to go before partner. I don't have stamina. Noah, thank you for the follow as well. 4PZ Colb's W Dream. Oh man, to see that in chats, that's how you know. That's how you know I've made it. Combo in my face with other people's faces. It'll be glorious. Call girls dude all the time. I know, but like, normally I would say that like if I didn't know, but the fact that I know that Harley is not a guy, I felt bad. Glad to know it is okay, but still. Oh, I should have done the perseverance. Do it anyway. I don't have stamina, but look at that little bit of damage. Punk. You're a wolf calling. Where is my riposte? Robbing me, game. You're freaking robbing me. Oh, that's messed up. Been wronged on so many levels. It is funny that you can just attack them and then... Oh, I didn't have any stamina. Just don't address people, makes it easier. Not wrong. Fancy kills. Fancy kills. That was the only hit I took in that fight, I think. I think that's the only hit I took. Your gamer, how are you doing? Hello from the United States. $15 seems pretty low for a paycheck. That's like getting paid for some people for like an hour. Commission ain't the best. Oh, okay, yeah, commissional. That'll get you. That'll get you. Always try to tell chat if you call them dude and they would rather be call a specific pronoun or whatnot, just let me know. Otherwise, they're all dudes. I saw it. I saw it. You'll take 15 bucks? Ain't gonna do it for work though. You just, can I have $15, please? You mind? $2 a minute. 120 bucks an hour? Damn, son. I'll take that. I'll take that deal. Hot damn. Hot diggity damn. I'll have some of what he's having. You wonder if you suck at DS3 now? First try, no hit V-Swing. Easy mode. Citrix Engineer? I don't actually know what that is. What is a Citrix? Rip sleeping, almost 5 a.m., 4 hours till the alarm. Oh no. Arscat, what are you still doing awake? Is it a case of the insomnias? Feels bad, man. Ugh, my rolls. Have I capped luck yet? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. We've capped the only things that matter. Dex, vitality, and luck. At least 20 cents an hour. That's a pretty good baseline. It's a pretty good baseline. You'll make a couple bucks a year. The Wes Bentley character? Yeah, I did see that. Ow. What it kind of looked like to me was a little bit of an angrier Michael Jackson, honestly. Like, that's all I kept seeing. I did look up Wes Bentley, though. And I saw your point. Missing the item, I had to heal. I had to heal. And I missed the heal off the ledge, so screw me, right? Gotta learn how to get good. That's the lifelong struggle, isn't it? See, I didn't see the Jim Carrey in it. I didn't see the Jim Carrey in it. Maybe I don't know, maybe I missed out on that. Deal lots of damage. Two is pretty risque there. I don't have stamina. Oh, I'm not off the edge. I thought I was. Mama. That was close. Grayson, what are you doing, man? Thank you for the 1,000 bits. You crazy, crazy man. What are you doing? SO1 no upgrade. DSA is 8 to 12 minutes. I'd have to look at what my fight time was, Gino. I did SL1 no upgrade, no rings, no buffs, no infusions on Dragon Slayer armor with the broadsword. So it was probably even slower than yours. It's probably even slower than yours. Ah! RTSR, you also use RTSR in bundles? You don't use, wait, you don't use the Irithyll Straight Sword? Can't he be frostbitten? Thought so. Max level Sharp is the best buffable infusion for Great Hammers? Well, it wouldn't really do anything for this, though. If you could infuse it. Well, it's not surprising, though, because the strength two-hand scaling stops at 66. If strength went all the way up to 99 on the scaling, then it would easily... especially with the... oh, you can on SL1. Okay. Yeah, actually, here, let me look up... Let me look up the YouTube for that real quick. I want to see what the length was. How's this compared to Lito's? It's pretty good. I still like the Lito's weapon art better, I think. Yorm was 30 minutes, SL1, no upgrade. 1421 for my Dragon Slayer armor. No upgrades, buffs, rings, infusions. Such low damage, man. The infusions and the lack of infusions and buffs is just so bad. So bad. Avocado, thank you for the bits, dude. So hard to survive in phase 2 for that long. It's so much focus and just listening for sound cues. Sound cue, sound cue, sound cue. What was my hardest cosplay? Jailer. I did the Jailer cosplay with the soldering iron. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Hey, Nari, what's up, dude? No worries, man. No worries, man. That's rough. Yeah, Yorm was an hour and 32 minutes for the single attempt. Had to get a lot better at phase 2. Yeah, it's like stuff like this I start to lose focus for that long, but that I was pretty damn focused for a long time. Fell asleep during the Jailer? First time you fallen asleep watching the stream? Torch Hall cosplay will be worse, but there's no Torch Hall in this game, so I don't have to do it. Immolation Tinder, don't say otherwise. Immolation Tinder actually wasn't terrible. We could do another Immolation Tinder run when we had higher intelligence and it would do even more damage. Power to go even further beyond. Now, I don't know what the best cosplay is. I'd have to, like, do a time check against all of them and just see what the fastest was. It's probably some bleed build, honestly. Follower Torch? Ooh, true. There's the Follower Torch. Although that one has a fun weapon art. My problem is going to be if they don't have any physical. This is a Morn's build? Yeah, the guy's name is Eygon of Carim. He uses, it's the Morn set and yeah, the Moaning Shield and the Morn Hammer. The Drang Twin Hammers. I do want to do the Drang weapons at some point. There was the concept brought up of doing a co-op run with the Drang stuff. Like, one uses the Drang Twin Spears and one uses the Drang Hammers. It's a thought. And then do the other one maybe solo. I hate the delay on that, man. He pulls his arm back and it looks like he's gonna swing and then he's like, gotcha. Got him. Hollow Torch is a better run. Alright, you do it, V-Swed. You do it, man. Talked about this like NG5. Yeah, well. There's a lot of cosplays to do. You already did it at Max New Game? All bosses plus DLCs? Which is redundant because all bosses includes the DLCs, but Souls community is weird and separates them. Follower Torch is really good though. It's probably not terrible. Upside down with an eye patch. Nice, man. I'll take your word for it. I know you don't have a cam for your streams, but I'll take your word on that one. I believe you. It's damn impressive. Didn't do it. You son of a bitch. No! Z-Colb's nice SSS. Wouldn't that be Z-Colb's nice? Or nice with 3 E's or something like that? Redundancy is redundantly redundant. Yeah, it's also very repetitively repetitive. Play Roblox? I have never played Roblox. I've played Minecraft, never Roblox. 4-piece needs to be a thing though? Well, let's get partnered, damn it. Easy. Then it happens. Thick. Yeah, see that's the thing. The only way to get The only way to get partnered, or yeah, it's you guys. It's on you. Don't yell at me that there's no 4-piece. I try my best, okay? I'm trying my hardest over here, damn it. Lothric or Cathedral Knights? I think Lothric Knights when buffed. I think Lothric Knights when buffed. Because their weapon with the infusion, like the whatever buff they put on it, plus if there's the guys that do the area buff, like it's nasty. By the end of the month. I don't know, man. I need some pretty impressive streams for that. See, a spell almost only run, a lot of weapon, just has to be a really bad one. I've done spell only runs. If you go in my VODs, I did NG Pyro only, NG plus Miracles only, NG plus 2 Sorcery only. Didn't use a single melee through all of it. Next partner, you'll sub for the trash emote. You don't have to do that, Nari. You don't have to do that. The 4-piece will be great. Oh, I think it'll be fantastic. It'll just like make me feel really happy, I think. I am impressive, thanks, Mia. Mesh with other 4-pieces? I don't know, because the face is like tilted. Or a lot of them like look straight on. So I don't know. I don't know how it'll blend. Will it blend? That is the question. Actually, I think love me or hate me is the question. Love me or hate me, that's just the question. Love me or hate me, still an obsession. If you hate me, then... Wait, no, if you love me, then thank you. Hate me, then... That song is the throwback now. What was it? That song was like 2006 or something? I remember it being on Need for Speed Carbon. Lady Sovereign. I don't think I heard any other music from her after that. This weapon wrecks? Well, I have over 700 AR with this thing, so I would hope so. 4-piece thought you meant a 4-piece bikini. No, 4-piece emote. Yeah, we got 739 AR. Need for Speed is close to GTA levels of song collection. Yeah, some of the Need for Speed games have some pretty solid soundtracks on them, for sure. Oh, show. Absolver is free this month? I saw that. That's definitely not going to, I don't think it's gonna bring back, you know, a large amount of hype for the game. Like, people will download it, but I don't think it's going to, like, create anything huge. Why did he get so confused? Oh my god. Yes, we're going for the fancy kill. Obvious. Obvious. Don't remember any song from Need for Speed Carbon? No, almost every rock song from Midnight Club 3. I remember a lot of the rap stuff from Midnight Club 3 as well. Dude, that game was so much fun. I don't know how many hours I put into it, but god, I love that game. I started with the Dodge SRT4. That was my starter car. I remember I loved driving the Chrysler 300C. The Chrysler 300C, and it was I had the black one. I forget if I don't think I put spinners on that. I think I put spinners on my Escalade. But there was the one thing that you could like force cars out of the way. I had that on that vehicle. That was a lot of fun to use. So much better than GTA? Come on, Underground 2. I only played Underground and Carbon. You like Gran Turismo? I played Gran Turismo 3 and 4. 3, I remember when I got the Escudo Pikes Peak Edition. I think that thing had like 1,800 horsepower on it. It's disgusting. And then with 4, I think I mostly played B-Spec, but that was a really good game. That was a really fun game. I never got to I couldn't beat the last, like, 20 race tournament right before, like, you unlock the final level of, like, cups or whatever it's called. Turismo on your PS2 when you were a kid? Yeah, I had 3 and 4 on my PS2. I actually got... A friend gave me his copy for the PS1 of Gran Turismo 1 and 2, but hated the license shit. That was the hard part, yeah, because you had to do some tough maneuvering to get the licenses, especially like the higher class ones, like the A and S. Every day after high school at his house. Yo, you know what racing game I really enjoyed? The Test Drive Unlimited. Test Drive Unlimited was a lot of fun. Gundyr just instant killed you? Champ or Iudex? I'm gonna say Iudex by the You Never Die to him. Feels bad, man. It happens. From time to time. Time after time. The short that played before Incredibles 2? I have not seen Incredibles 2 yet. I would like to, but I have not taken the time to go see it. Sega racing games? I didn't have any racing games for Sega. Unless you count the Sonic vs. Tails racing at the end of, like, the extra game mode. In, like, Sonic 2. I did have... What did I have for racing on my Nintendo? I had Excite Bike. Was that the only racing game I had? I think it might have been. Road Rash? Rad Racer? I've never heard of those ones. I don't think, at least. Maybe I've seen them. Never Dying to Gundyr? What is this? Well, she doesn't speedrun Endura Ties. She doesn't speedrun, man. When you take Gundyr nice and slow. Easy. I even first tried him when I did Fist Only. In the old 1-2. Still streaming in 2 hours? Might be. 2 hours, it's cutting it close. Cutting it close. But good luck with your work. Split name for him is Grab Me Boy. Ah, yes. The wonderful grab attack. It's very nice. It's a very nice. Alright, let's see how this bad boy beats him up. 539, okay. Very nice, I like that. Don't get me stuck. Now the real question is, I think that this should do decent stagger. I need you to go into passive mode so I can fight Big Red. Thank you. That's messed up. I don't appreciate that. Come back here. That definitely reduces the damage taken there. Oh, I rolled that early. Feels bad, man. Is there anything I could use to force an input read and then cancel it? I want stagger. Bam, 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 bam. I want stagger. Thanks. Thanks, game. Thanks for listening. 1,243 damage. Nice. Nice. Although I don't think things like Wrath of the Gods count towards the stagger. I could be wrong on that. But I don't know that you can physical damage stagger them. It's only headshot stuff with castings. I don't know, maybe it did count toward it. Who knows? World may never know. The one didn't even sound like it hit him. That was weird. I don't have stamp. Okay. Gundir's never grab attacked you? He just did it and one-shot you? Yeah, you don't dodge in speed runs. You just are like walking around them so you have enough stamina to do the optimal attacks. Played a deprived character in a while? Harley, have you done an SL1 run? If not, are you going to do an SL1 run? But you're going to? I like the sound of that. I like the sound of that. I think SL1 is a worthwhile experience for people, especially if they want to get better. Especially if they want to get better or feel like a good sense of accomplishment is like an early on kind of challenge run. Yeah, not everyone may agree, but I think it's the best place to start if you're doing challenges. Saw a stream title that was SL1 but with leveling. Oh man. That trolling though. I should call this an SL1 NG plus 54 run, but with leveling. Oh, I start with Deprived. If you're not building for PvP, you have to pick something else. Usually for Twinks at SL 50 or 60. Well, can't you respec, or does it only let you go down to the base level of that class when you respec? I don't have stab. Mama Soul said that running no teardrop has made her way better. Couldn't beat SL1 Cinder for a long time. Got a 5th try the other night. That's good. That's good stuff. Yeah, there's definitely a bunch of different things that can help you to improve. A big thing with SL1 and stuff though is patience and understanding openings. And people just, you know, oftentimes don't remain patient, or they're so used to tanking hits that they still tank them in SL1. So base stats matter. Okay, that's good to know. It's good to know. So what are like the best classes to start with then for like lower level PvP builds? I would imagine something like a knight, maybe mercenary or warrior. Something that has like more health and stamina, and something in a dex or strength. You like to block instead of rolling? Not really, but it's instant reflex. Well, so I blocked a lot in DS1 and 2. I would do a lot of the block attack. DS2 I started to shed it a little bit when I started using like great swords and stuff. But then DS3 is where I kind of shed it and was like, okay. So I don't really use shields unless it's for parrying, and even then I prefer bare hand, honestly. Got it from DS1? Well, that's because it works a lot better. Like, the poison stuff, you can stand through a lot of things. DS3, I feel like you can do some blocking, but it's just not as effective. Lost your voice because no cloud sync. It didn't back up, so right now you're doing SL55 invasion build. Strength and nice HP endurance. So optimal was warrior. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Because like the other classes, I mean, you're looking at like cleric and stuff like that, which are geared, you know, cleric and pyromancer. Those things are all geared towards magic builds. Pyro is like a maybe decent. I know that some pyromancies are used for some low level invasions, but definitely you don't see too much in the sense of like mage stuff. I mean, you'll see maybe some miracles, but hey Dibs, how are you? Welcome back. Don't play casters because well, I mean, casters also, like, you need to have an effective casting build. In my opinion, you need 60 intelligence or more, and you're not going to be able to have that for low level stuff. You're just not. Never use RTSR just because if your health gets that low, you're gonna die. Well, you don't need to have RTSR for an SL1 run. You can have SL1 builds even with no armor. You know, that you can have, like, if you use, say, Lloyd's Shield Ring and then bundle that with, you know, Ring of Favor +3 and Prisoner's Chain, stuff like that, you can get a decent amount of health. I got completely stuck, and now my 3.5 million souls are here. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Fairly easy with patience, but you never finished your SL1 no upgrades? Yeah, I haven't finished my SL1 no upgrades. But that's because I've also, my SL1 no upgrades also involved no buffs, no rings, no infusions. Ring of Sacrifice? Dude, I don't even know if I have a Ring of Sacrifice. I might have, like, one. I have one Ring of Sacrifice. I don't even know where you pick one up. I just stumbled upon it at some point. Spore was a better blank slate than Deprived? Is there a Deprived in DS2? You have a Word document called Gino Farvidas? Do you really? Oh, man. You have to say Gino that often? Oh, God, I hate that section. Literal hell. How do you make that consistent for no hits? Because, like, there are some days that I fly through there no problem, and other days that it's just a living nightmare. I want to say it's because I got the mid-roll right now, but sometimes I just get, like, bad sequencing where I roll the first guy and the second guy comes over and clips me. Skip the first one by luring them a bit and then jumping off a ledge. Okay. Might not be a bad strat to take on. But rip the Deathless, man. It was going so well. It was going so well. I was like, we could go Deathless with this run. We've only got DLC 2. Made it past Demon Prince. I got 4 bosses left. Dead. Alluring Skull? I don't think they allure. I don't think those guys allure, otherwise I would see that strat be used by people. No hit runs are filled with Alluring Skulls. Step 1, don't run past them. Yeah, well. It's the weak way out. I'm a manly man, I'll run past him and roll. I ain't got no shame. I ain't got no shame. I think I'm capable of doing an NG to NG7 Deathless run on this game, but I don't think I want to. I also, it would take me, because of the amount of time I can stream, it would take me at least 7 days to do it. So, you're gonna try that a while ago? Yeah, it is too much time commitment, I think. Die in DLC 2 on NG? They said nah. My first ever deathless from fall damage. So my first ever deathless attempt for all bosses on this game, I made it to here. And I ran to a spot that I thought was protected from the flames, and it wasn't. The fire staggered me, and I fell off the edge and died. And I do DLC 2 last. I think I had already done Cinder. I think I literally had 3 bosses left. And I was like, well. Took me 7 tries, I think, to get all bosses deathless. And 4 of the 6 failed attempts, I died to gravity. I died to that. I died to the roots in DLC 1. I backstepped off of the... Or I fell off of the rafters in Firelink, and I forget where the other one was. Puss of Man, Harley. It's the Puss of Man. Oh yeah, gravity would absolutely be the biggest enemy. Gravity kills me more times than most things in these games. Your husband is asking and you're too high for his questions. Yeah, it's Puss of Man. You can also Google it. What is the black stuff coming out of Gundyr? I'd just be curious to see what comes back from that search result. Gravity boss, hardest boss? Honestly, there should just be a gravity split combined with everything. This is gonna hit me, isn't it? Because I'm drinking water. Okay, we're good. Spam all these large BTTV emotes? It didn't even come up on my end. I don't know if you actually used the copy pasta or not. Only thing killing you is you? That's a, yeah, there you go. I like that logic. Die in Dunk City? I don't think I went to Dunk City. No. I don't think I went to Dunk City. Oh, you sent them in whispers? Oh. Amazing. Amazing. I missed the sending a letter. Nice. Don't worry, you can just report him for spam. Or block him, you know. Those are all the normal solutions. I have to leave my whispers open so that people can whisper me when they're angry about why they got banned, because I'm a moderator. It's great fun. Nice. I love when you can do so much damage, you skip over his freak out. See you, Midir. I'll catch you in a little bit. Hot damn. 1 year of subbing and not leaving any sort of message. Purple, thank you for 1 year in a row. I hope you continue to enjoy your face, sir. Thank you very much, man. Getting messaged by a kid after the whole Zeus fiasco? Pretty funny. Oh, God. The whole thing was just a mess. Is the boss fight harder? Midir isn't there. You have to knock him off the bridge to get the fight to trigger. The Zeus fiasco? I don't really want to get into it. We won't discuss the details of it. Basically, long story short, one person called a speedrunner out. So he called out a couple other speedrunners for splicing their runs. And was going through it on stream. It was... Yeah, that's just right. I'm gonna leave it. Old drama from a couple months ago now, but yeah. Got sent sex on PS4, which is nice from a random person. Oh god. That feeling when they send it to the wrong person. How do you get out of the abyss if Midir isn't there? It's a fog wall, I believe. I don't think it lets you drop down into the abyss. Oh yeah, everybody gets triggered about bans. They're like, I did nothing wrong. It's like, yes you did, that's why you got banned. A bot trying to see your info feels bad, man. Not a real sext. Sworn defender of Princess Felianor. Said hate mail when you were a kid playing COD? Oh no. I didn't get hate mail, but I remember my my Xbox gamer score being lower than perfect. So I'm like, who was like flagging my account and being like, nope, I do not like this guy. He's a bad sport. Hate mail is why you, I know some people do that. They'll like make a Discord section for the hate mail that they've received. Awesome. I love that. Would you like some perseverance? I'd really like to persevere in your face. Although I don't think I'm gonna really be able to. 948, not bad. Aha! Damn it. Using Power Stance bleed claws in PvP? Oh man. How fast could you bleed somebody with that? Somebody with the poison build. The irony. The irony. Oh, I could, maybe, if I got lucky, I could line the two of them up. Get them both with that AoE, but... Ow! Oh, man. I've never PvP'd. I really just don't think I could get into it. Like, I've thought about it a couple times with with DS3 and being like, yeah, we could try PvPing, but I really don't know if I would get enjoyment out of it. Gino, didn't you try PvP recently? I think I saw you were streaming a PvP one day. A single PvP. I don't know how many PvPs you did. High quality, folks. See, how were the people that it brought into your stream? That's my main concern with streaming PvP. Because the PvP is a weird thing in Souls. If there's a single person streaming PvP, every PvPer will go there. And PvPers, like, if they're the only ones around, that they're the only ones providing PvP content, I mean, they could get partnered pretty easily just because of it. But my main concern would be like the community of people that came in. Not like you have a shit ton of people. No, but like people will, like PvPers will flock to a PvP stream. So I don't know how it is normally. I guess it depends on like how your moderation is and how you normally tolerate things, but I'm just curious. Got salty comments on your Steam profile for often being invaded just as you're about to go AFK for a store trip or something. Turned out you're better at hide and seek. You just put your character somewhere they couldn't get, but you left it in game. Died to fall damage a high wall by jumping off of places with the cat ring. Ooh, that's a good bait. That's actually a really good bait. You jump down, they see you survive, and they just blindly jump off. It's nice. I like it. I like it. Still, people, yeah, that's the thing. Like, even if your viewers aren't high in number, you can still attract a fair number simply because it's PvP. Someone invade you while you're live because they saw you streaming? Yeah, that's actually, if you know who, if they claim it in chat, you could actually report them for stream sniping. You're more of a PvE guy? I am too. That's kind of why I've, like, flirted with the idea of PvP, just because.
Help me, please. The red.
Hot dogs are wieners as mustard is to mayonnaise. think I know where you're going with that. I'm just gonna pick a different white substance. Everyone who wanted to 1v1, you got parried. I'm the guy that plays really patiently and just rolls behind all their attacks. Like, I'll just roll, and then I'll wait for an opening and hit him once or twice. I think one of the most fun things is, like, PvPing with weapons that, like, aren't common, so they don't know how to counter it. Like, when I got invaded using the St. Biden, it's like a spear that nobody seemed to know how to deal with. Hey, Smacked Words, welcome back. Fight against dummies and it's fun to kill them. Put them in their place. Beat them at their own game. I don't know, I might try it out. Somebody would have to give me, like, I don't know, we'd have to come up with some sort of, like, low-level invasion build or something. Find an area that I would like to invade in. So I don't know the catacombs well enough to invade there. Too laggy for you? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how my connection might be fine. Oh, that's a lot of stamina. Just roll catch people? Yeah, you just delay your R1 long enough to get the roll catch. Pair posted Alt F4. Damn, couldn't even take it like a man. Ha! Baited you into breaking your throne. How's it make you feel, buddy? How's it make you feel? So close. Ah, it did hit me. Damn. Dejecting to wait for a PvP match, roll around like an idiot, and get killed without landing a shot. It takes practice. It takes practice. Those are the people. Would you mind posting that in Discord, do you know? Or sending me a whisper so I can take a look at that later? So the people you invade couldn't kill anything in this game without their overleveled Sunbros? Oh, some people can't. No, some people 100% rely on their summons. Not that important? Fine. Fine. Hey Aaron, what's up? Positive got his run. What was he working on all bosses vanilla game? Or what run was he on? I haven't caught Positive stream in a long time. Hey you millions, welcome back. SL10 with upgraded Ring City swords and armor? That sounds like a hack. Bloodborne any percent. Oh, nice. Good stuff. Well, tell him I say congrats. Oh, shit, I need to heal. Yeah, you can't really upgrade an invaded SL10, so if they did, it's some sort of hack, I would think. If he had upgraded, well, if you're at SL10 and he has upgraded Ring Knight stuff or Ring City stuff, he probably would have one-shot you. So I don't know, that doesn't quite add up to me. Gotta stop taking hits. Guitar amp is dying. Oh no. How nice? Like, do you have a nice amp or is it like a cheaper? Is it a cheaper one? We're gonna just go straight into this again. Hey, play. What's up, man? how does a twinkling or scale upgrade weapon compare when talking about regular upgrades? So like, does a +1 count as a +1 Titanite count as a +2, or does it still count as a +1? I'm doing well. How about yourself? I am doing quite goody. Cruising through on this run, actually. Soaring, flying, there ain't a boss in life that I can't kill. Always doubled, so +1 will be +2. Okay, that's what I thought, but figured I'd make sure. Ego, do you have in order to Alt F4 out of PvP in DS3? I guess you've got, oh god. I guess you've got pretty high ego. Can't accept defeat. It's not like there's even a, you know, like a win-loss track or anything like that. Get a new one is pretty cheap. I was gonna ask, like, can you get one fixed? Or do you just buy a new one? Oh god. Yeah, like if there was online ranking or something, like I would kind of understand. But even like FIFA, which has an online ranking system, like it detects disconnects, and if it can detect that you just like quit out of the game, you'll lose that match. You'll get a 3-0 loss. I think the only way is if it like determines it's a connection error that you had no control over, but even then, I had 2 games where my connection error gave me a loss. Is it like counted as intentional? Like there are ways for the games to prevent dirty scoundrels like that. Bye, Gale. Drop embers to people that actually fight. Might even leave there without killing them. And the people that run don't get mercies. Mercies, yeah, they get multiple of them. Hey Gunner, it's going well. It's going well. How about yourself? Septic, welcome back. Slav, you're out there. I haven't seen Slav in a while, man. Welcome back, Gambino. Welcome back. Eating Subway. Ooh. I haven't had Subway in a while, but if I do get hoagies, I've been getting Jersey Mike's. Because I'm an Italian hoagie kind of guy, and Jersey Mike's is it's a very nice. It's a very nice. Fuck Vort, yeah, Vort's second phase. If you don't, like, cycle him through, dealing with the second phase is annoying because nobody really knows it. Perhaps you annoyed him away. Don't take the blame. Don't take the blame. It's okay. People's real life, you know, it comes up. Life happens. If you expected every single person that ever talked in your stream to always show up, too high of expectations. Like we did yesterday, we didn't do a second cosplay yesterday. I don't have enough time to do a second one. I've got work tomorrow. But what I would like to do I want to play some Slay the Spire. Because Slay the Spire was a lot of fun yesterday. And I'd like to play it again. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know there were quite a few people that were pretty pumped to see it. It's a lot of fun though. Internet is full of assholes like us. Don't blame people if they leave. Slave this one? No, slay. Like, girl, slay? And I think that's what the trendy kids say. I'm hip, I'm cool. Spire Boy, I picked it up for the I picked it up on the Steam sale. It was worth it. I've been wanting to get back at it all day today. Ascension 15 on all. I don't even know how high that is. I made it to the end of Act 2 and lost last night on my first ever run. And then I made it to Act 2 on the daily challenge. But we'll get there. We've only done 2 runs in total, so. Like Spire Hearthstone vibes mixed with some JRPG live battle mechanics. Yeah, and it's roguelike. So you get that like Binding of Isaac type feel as well. I liked it. I like it a lot. Oh man. Rip the no hit. Streamer got hit, reset. I'm the hippopotamus, my problem's bottomless. Come on, drop me some more beats, man. Lay down the bars. I need the flow. I need that flow, man. I do have a Discord. Discord is basically a place, it's a bunch of text channels, right? So they're all like different categories, but it also has voice chat in it. So it's a good, if you know what like TeamSpeak or anything like that is, you know, it's got like Skype features and whatnot. It's very nice. It's good for, it automatically, I have a bot that automatically posts when I go live. You know, people, if they want to talk outside of stream, they can. It's really good for like if you want me to see something, you know, you can drop a link in there, a picture, you know, send me a message, stuff like that. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. But yeah, it's a thing for the community. Most definitely. Madeir went down pretty handily there. Madeir went down pretty handily. Alright, Cinder. Show me what you got. Show me what you got, little mama. Show me what you got, shawty. Chat for gamers? Well, it doesn't have to be just for gamers. I mean, people use it for all sorts of different things, but a lot of content creators and stuff use it. Going to the gym at 5 a.m. Want to say hello? How you doing, Mitch? Skype who exactly? Yeah, Skype's once they added, so yeah, Discord actually also added voice or video chat as well as screen sharing. So basically it's Skype plus more. Still Skype your girlfriend every night? Oh man. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Eat tuna salad? I'm not a fan of really much fish, no. Not particularly. Do you eat tuna salad? I'm gonna guess yes. I'm gonna guess yes. Favorite food? I have a favorite meal if that counts. I have a favorite meal. So my grandmother, her dad was from Germany, so a very authentic German meal. But it's a Spätzle, which is like a doughy German noodle. And then she makes roast beef, cooked carrots, corn, mashed potatoes, and like a beef gravy. Oh, so freaking good, man. I get so full every time I eat it. It's fantastic. Every time I misroll that attack, it's because I'm staring at chat. It's funny how that works. Stop talking about food. I'm sorry, Dibs. I'm sorry. Honestly, that's like some of the only German food I think I have had. Wait, did that just It didn't heal. It just like canceled my heal. I think I've had some other stuff, but I don't remember if I've had like schnitzel or anything like that. I've had like bratwurst and stuff like that. It's okay. But I'm just a little bit picky. It's not like people didn't know that already. Oh, you dirty backstepper. From Fortniting. Ew. Disgusting. Oh, you suck, Mr. Cinder. I strafed it, like all the cool kids do. This is the scariest combination you can get on a no-hit run. It's absolutely terrifying. I hate it. Like, I love the stored input. It's my favorite. Can't kill anyone. People are building better than me. Well, I remember Ninja made the comment of, like, if you can build basic structures and stuff, you're pretty well off, you know, for, like, a good part of it. It's only when you encounter, like, the really good players that, like, you're building is where it, like, becomes the crazy stuff that you see people doing. But, like, basic structure building and stuff, you can win games like that if you don't have anybody who's, like, ridiculously good. He's really good at it. I know he yells at you for not playing with him all the time. Dude, the recovery on the R1. Fortnite with the first-person mode. Then you, that was the thing I liked with the first-person mode on PUBG. You didn't get people that could just corner peek because they were, because of the third person. Wins every game for you, it's hilarious. Well, the problem with streaming Fortnite is exposure. You start at the bottom, you're not gonna get new people in. That's just how it goes. You get a couple people that you tell you're streaming, or if somebody hosted them, but it's really hard to get viewership at the bottom of the directory like that. You're dead and he's playing solo duos with 15 kills. Jeez. That is actually disgusting. Like, I don't know much with the game, but like you can tell that that's really freaking good. Heavy weapons on Cinder. Okay, nice kick. Ah, yes, nice. Kick him, show him. Shirt your dominance. A shirt. He's only a kid, so he's got the time to invest into it to become really good. Community is just a bunch of little kids. It's free to play. It's free to play, it's cartoony. Yeah, I preferred first person on PUBG. It felt better to me. But some people like the third person, I don't know. I never understand that. Mid rolls, man, you can't space enough. Get out. Get out. Oh, look at the convenience. We're right here. Easy. One death.